This Friday Night Lights high school football preview show is presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York.
Jack Kreuzer here with BTPM's Friday Night Lights, talking Class D football for Section 6 in 2025. First and foremost, let's look at the team movement, which you'll notice the lack of one team right away. Clymer Sherman Panama is no longer in Class D, a sigh of relief for all the other teams in Class D that have run into the powerhouse that Ty Harper built down in the southern tier, being out of the class. In their place, however, hold your breath a little bit, Class D, the Newfane Panthers join as they drop down from Class C North. The Panthers bring with them a ton of players and a veteran head coach that are looking to take over and claim that sectional throne that CSP leaves open. Welcome back the Allegany-Limestone Gators, who have been playing 8-man football for the last couple of seasons. They're back playing 11-on-11 this year in 2025. We begin with the Newfane Panthers, new to Class D this year after winning Class C North in that division in 2024. The Panthers were upset, however, in the first round of the playoffs last year. That stuck with Matt Capon and the Panthers for the course of about 9 months, looking forward to this new season. Matt Capon has been a key to their success as a big-bodied quarterback. He can play anywhere on the field. Certainly looks like a linebacker the way he runs over defenders at quarterback. Capon, as long as he's healthy, gives the Panthers a chance to win week in and week out. A difficulty for the Panthers this season, however, could be the bus rides. Now playing a lot of teams in the southern tier, Newfane is going to have to drive about 2 hours to and from every game. That's unusual for teams in western New York. However, in Class C, they had to do a bit of the same, just a few more teams up in the north towns. We'll see if that plays any effect on the Panthers, but as long as head coach Chuck Nagel has his guys focused, the Panthers will do just fine after a lengthy bus trip. Perhaps it might rest their legs a little bit. We'll see how they shake out. A team that has state championship aspirations this year in Class D are the Gowanda-Pine Valley Panthers, and for good reason. They are led by one of the top quarterbacks in western New York, Carter Capozzi. He turned down an offer from Canisius a few years ago and stayed true to his hometown, looking to bring back the glory days from a couple decades ago. And so far, it's worked out well for Gowanda after winning their first home playoff game in a decade last year. Capozzi is surrounded by some great players, not just for Class D standards. Winter Mentley Peters, Cameron Slade, Traylon Warrior all have Player of the Year potential for Class D, not only in western New York, but in New York State. Fourth-year head coach Brett Ebling knows what the expectations are this year for Gowanda-Pine Valley after having his team within a touchdown of the eventual state champ CSP last season in the playoffs. You ask Ty Harper about his thoughts on Gowanda, and he'll tell you they are state caliber and nearly beat them in the playoffs last season. That loss has certainly stuck with Gowanda, but more so seeing their opponent go on to win a state championship has their eyes a little bit wider entering 2025. If Carter Capozzi can stay healthy and manage this team well, the Panthers will certainly be a team to look out for come playoff time. A new head coach takes over at Randolph this season. Defensive coordinator Nate Armella now steps in as the head man in charge of the program. Randolph, known for their dominance about a decade ago, looked to get back to the top of the mountain. They've got a handful of returning seniors starting this year, including quarterback defensive back Jackson Morrison. More of a primary running quarterback, Morrison and the Cardinals look to get back to the glory days this season now that CSP is out of the league. It's anybody's division up for grabs. The beauty of Class D, and the same can be said about AA, the regular season doesn't matter as much. Sure, you want the home playoff game come November, but all 8 teams in Class D make the postseason, so you don't have to worry about winning those divisional games in the regular season. If Randolph can develop over the course of the year, week in, week out, get a little bit better, they can be a formidable opponent come November and playoff time. And as long as you're humming by playoff time, ask CSP. They'll tell you that's when you've got to turn it on and find a way to win. The Cardinals could do just that. My dark horse in Class D this year are the Wilson Lakemen. Forget their record from a season ago. Wilson returns almost all of their starters on both sides of the ball. They were mostly juniors last year. Now entering their senior seasons, Wilson, with head coach Bill Atlas, run that double wing T type offense. It's old school, but boy did it work 2 years ago with Jack Mahar when the Lakemen went all the way to the sectional championship game. Just 2 years removed from that, the tradition is there, the culture is there, the off-season weightlifting program remains. The Wilson Lakemen could have one of the best improvements from 2024 to 2025 this season, and with CSP out of Class D, look for the Lakemen to have an added chip on their shoulder with that top seed wide open. Add in the fact that their rival Newfane joins the class, Wilson could have a little more motivation heading in to that final week of the regular season, knowing that every team in Class D makes the playoffs, but that will have them geared up for the postseason after playing their rival. 2 Class D teams will be featured on Friday Night Lights this year in Week 4 when the Newfane Panthers travel to Randolph. Should be a great game in the Southern Tier at Randolph, one of the best picturesque stadiums in Western New York, and we know they always bring the energy in the stands and on the sidelines. 2 teams that are fighting for that top spot in Class D in the regular season. We'll have them Week 4. Hope you can join us on BTPM's Friday Night Lights.
This Friday Night Lights high school football preview show is presented by Villa Maria College with additional support from the WNED Foundation.